Ayo. 69. Hello, welcome to a new video. If this is the first time you're seeing me, hello. My name is Emma. I'm 25, I live in Sweden, and on this channel I document my attempts at becoming a better person. If you want to know what that means, you can watch all my prior videos, but to make a long story short, that is the purpose of this channel. I tried to do the whole layered necklace thing, but I don't think it suits me that well, so I don't know. Maybe I won't do it in the future. But either way, today we are going to talk about dating and my thoughts on it. I've heard from several different people, mainly my grandmother, that don't you think it's time for you to get a boyfriend? I don't know. Is it? Because I'm doing just fine without one. Actually, no, I'm not doing that fine, but I'll survive without one. There is this phenomenon, for lack of a better word, on the internet nowadays, especially on Reddit, that it's called BPD girls. Which, for those who are unaware, BPD stands for borderline personality disorder. Those who have those who have BPD, excuse me, it is common for those with BPD to have a very strong or intense fear of abandonment, a deep insecurity, and an inability to handle the fear of abandonment and the insecurity, so much so that they will manipulate you into being someone that will not trigger their fear of abandonment and insecurity, which not everybody with BPD will do that, but it is a common theme within the spectrum, I guess, from what I've heard from my shrink, of course. I don't have BPD. I've actually went through, and I know this through my shrink, so I don't know what to tell you, but my sources are as good as it gets. So a literal shrink told me that, no, you don't have BPD, so there you have it. And it is from this shrink that I learned what BPD is. So if you want to question my sources, you are questioning literal medicine. So there you have it. But that's up to you, and it doesn't have much to do with the topic of this video. While I don't have BPD, I do recognize myself in these BPD hallmarks. The fear of abandonment, I recognize myself in. If someone wants to cut contact with me, I know it's because of something that I have done, which means that I have done something terrible, which just further proves that I'm a bad person, which I think we've established by now is my baseline opinion of myself. And the deep insecurity, what can I say? I'm insecure. I'm an insecure person. I have a lot of insecurities. As for the manipulative tendencies, I do my absolute best to never be manipulative. I don't know if I am the right person to decide whether or not I'm doing a good job at it, but I do seriously focus on being the least manipulative as I can be, because there have been so many times where I myself have been manipulated by several different people. And it left some scars. And I know that it is my responsibility as an adult and as a proper, well-functioning human being or whatever to not be manipulative. I don't know I don't know how else to say it, but being manipulative is bad, and I'm doing the most that I can do not to be manipulative. But then again, I don't know if I'm the right person to judge whether or not I'm doing a good job at it. Well, I do my best not to be. There have been times where I've seen like these examples of other girls being manipulative, and while I realize that that is the wrong thing to do and that they shouldn't be doing that, I see why they do that, and I do find the temptation within me at times to also be manipulative, because I understand that there are things that I can gain from it. But every time I do recognize these temptations within me, it reminds me of all the times that I myself have been manipulated. And every single time that happens, I get a very intense feeling of disgust regarding myself. Like, how dare I even think that? How dare I even consider that? I'm a disgusting person for it even to be possible for me to even be like that. Because I remember that all the times I've been manipulated, it has left some deep scars. And I know that if I start being manipulative, I'm no better than the people who manipulated me. And that means that the suffering that was caused by this manipulation, I know how bad it is. I know how terrible it is. I know how much suffering it caused me. I wouldn't dream of ever having someone else deal with that. And so that is why it disgusts me so much that I recognize myself in these, I'm not going to say BPD girls, because not everybody with BPD does this, but every time I recognize myself in these girls' manipulative behaviors, I get a deep disgust within myself, about myself, against myself, however you say it. And that whole thing comes back to how I see myself as a bad person. I have actually seen a few comments saying that, oh, you're not a bad person, and oh, stop blaming yourself for everything, and stop, punishing yourself, and stop belittling yourself, and move on, and stop shaming yourself, or whatever. I do understand where you're coming from when you're saying that, and I want to believe you, and I want to say that you're right, and I shouldn't be belittling myself, and I shouldn't be so hard on myself and punishing myself, but it's just, it doesn't change anything. It goes in one ear and comes out the other. And I wish it didn't. But it's just... it is part of who I am. I have been taught to see myself as a bad person. Possibly from all these manipulations. But I appreciate the comments trying to tell me, or maybe there are comments telling me that, yeah, you are a bad person and you are disgusting and you are evil or whatever. That I agree with. To those who are commenting the opposite and that I shouldn't think of myself as a bad person, I highly appreciate you for saying that. I hope that one day I can agree with you and actually implement your advice and stop thinking of myself as a bad person. But as of right now, I can't. I'm not sure why, but it's just, fact of the matter is that I'm a bad person. Because had I not been a bad person, people wouldn't have told me that I'm a bad person. That's just how it is. And this comes back to this whole dating thing. I am a firm believer. Hang on, my necklaces are... This is why I don't do layered necklaces. They always get tangled up in each other. But this whole thing comes back to this dating thing. I am a firm believer that it's not going to be very easy to love someone else if you don't love yourself. And I am not really... I think it's pretty clear that the relationship I have with myself isn't the best one. We have been separated for a long time. We sleep in different beds. The divorce proceedings are on the way, you know? The relationship with myself is just terrible. It's awful. I'm working my hardest on improving it, but I don't know if it's ever going to change. And for me, I don't see it as the relationship with myself is bad. I'm just being honest. I'm being straightforward that, yeah, I've done a lot of bad things and I've said a lot of bad things, and my insecurities and my fear of abandonment might trigger me doing something bad, because I am aware of the temptations inside of me, that the temptations of the manipulativeness. A good person would never be manipulative like that. I don't even think they would think of it. It's not an option. So because I know that there are temptations within me to be manipulative, because it is an option, I don't think I am a good person. The temptation is there, and that's enough for me to consider myself a bad person. But again, me being a bad person just goes to show that this thing of you gotta love yourself before you love someone else, it doesn't go together. It just doesn't work. But also, as of right now, today, in real time, I know that I am okay. Which, you know, in contrast to my last video, it might seem like I am a complete wreck, which maybe I am. But as of right now, I am okay. maybe I should clarify that too. Regarding my last video, I left out a lot of details because if I found out, or if I find out that some angsty teenager have watched that video and gotten inspired and decided that I'm going to do the same, then I am going to delete the whole video. I do not want anybody to start following my footsteps because what I did was so fucking stupid and so fucking counterproductive. Excuse me, I can barely talk. I'm so irritated at myself. If you start doing what I did back in the day that I talked about in that video, you're dumb. I'm sorry. If you start doing what I did, you are stupid. Stop. You're not supposed to do that. I thought that I made it very clear of why that is such a bad thing. But if you have started to do it anyway, you're dumb. I'm sorry. You are stupid if you do that. Don't do it. There's a reason why I've ended up so badly. But as of right now, today, I am fine. I have zero self-harm tendencies as of right now. I am implementing healthy habits in my life. I am very focused on keeping a routine in place. And I am very, very focused on doing the things that a good person does. And I am trying this, that's what I mean by trying my hardest to become a good person. That is, as you know, most of my videos I introduce myself with the purpose of this channel is to document my attempts at becoming a better person. That is part of it. That is part of what that is part of my healthy routines in order to become a better person. But from an outsider's perspective, it probably seems like I'm a mess, which I don't blame you for thinking that. I probably am a mess, even though I myself, knowing what I used to be like compared to how I am now, I know that, well, I don't consider myself a mess anymore, but other people might still consider me a mess, including the potential boyfriends that people are telling me that I should start dating. And listen, I don't blame you for thinking that I'm a mess. I'm not. But whether you believe me when I say that or not, that is entirely up to you. And I'm not going to start manipulating you into thinking that, yeah, I'm a good person, because that is just too disgusting. I'm ashamed of myself for even knowing that that is a possibility. And to be honest, back in the day, I have been manipulative. Did I talk about, if you watch that, if you watch the video called The Story of the Boy on Discord, that is a classic example of me not realizing how manipulative I am, because I am so inexperienced with other people liking me that I don't really know how to go about it. And I do what I think is the best thing to do, but most likely it is not the best thing to do. But I wouldn't know because I'm so inexperienced. For example, that boy, he kept telling me that, yeah, you're attracted to me, yeah, you are. And I, thinking that the best thing in that situation would be to agree, I didn't tell him, no, I'm not. Even though deep inside me, I knew I wasn't. And he kept saying that, yeah, you're attracted to me, you're attracted to me. And I just went, okay, sure, I guess, whatever. And in the end, I just said, yeah, I am. But I knew I wasn't. And the reason why I kept going with it, and the reason why I let him tell me that, yes, I am attracted to him, and yes, everything he does is something that I agree with, is because for me, it is so much more important that the other person is respected, and that the other person is comfortable, and that the other person is getting what they want and whatever. Because I'm not a good person. I don't deserve that stuff. So why should I even bother asking for it? I'm a bad person. This is what I deserve. And so at that time, it was more important for me to make him comfortable and to make him feel safe and to make him feel validated and all that stuff, rather than being honest with my own wishes and opinions and making myself feel validated and making myself feel comfortable and safe and whatever. My value, or for me, my value is far less than other people's value. And then in this whole thing, we go back to this, with that in mind, I should have said, sorry. With this in mind, that I'm worth less than other people, we go back to this, you can't love other people unless you love yourself. I think even like, who was it that said that? I think it was like RuPaul on RuPaul's Drag Race or something. If you don't love yourself, then how the hell are you gonna love somebody else? Can I get an amen or something? And he's completely right. She's completely right. Miss Ru, or Mama Ru, is 100% right. How the hell are you gonna love somebody else? I'm sorry for being so discombobulated. How the hell are you gonna love somebody else if you can't even love yourself? Can I get an amen? And absolutely, amen. I wholeheartedly agree. So, and don't get me wrong, I am not necessarily looking for a relationship. Maybe I said this in the beginning of the video, or maybe I'm just misremembering it, but I've been doing fine by my own up until now. I'll be fine without a boyfriend. So I am not looking for love. I have to read this little thread that I am in my comment section on that video called The Story of the Boy on Discord, because this is just, I mean, if a comment thread could be a facepalm, this would be it. The initial comment was, but why didn't you just tell him you're not looking for a relationship? It's so easy if it's not you're the problem. This is, I don't know if this is the right word for it, but this is pretty manipulative. I'm not the problem. Who the fuck do you think you're talking about? I am not. Did you even listen to the video? You dumb fuck. And then there's another person responding to the initial comment saying, trust me, she loved the attention just like any other woman, and it's really good for her egos and mental health. You are stupid, okay? That is your expectation. And what else was it? Your expectation and your inexperience or insecurities talking. You think that all the women love attention because it's good for their ego and their mental health. You're dumb, okay? What the fuck? Have a word with your mother. Just ask your mother for dating advice if this is what you think. Period. If this is what you're like, if that is what your mentality is when it comes to dating women, then you're dumb. I'm sorry. I can't help it, but that is just so incredibly stupid. I just lack the words for. I mean, at this point, I would go as far as to say that you might be an incel. I'm sorry. But just have a word with your mother, is my best advice. Ask your mother for dating advice, because she's a woman. So, and she managed to get a date. She managed to get pregnant. She managed to have you. She should know at least a little bit about dating. She certainly knows more than you do, because you're the one that thinks, oh, it's all women love the attention. It's for their ego and mental health. No, it isn't. But that is, we got sidetracked. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It was kind of funny. So I just had to say that. But no, I'm not looking for love. Stop thinking that I am. If you want to pursue a relationship with me, there are a few things that you're gonna have to, I guess, remember or think of or whatever. Number one, it cannot be parasocial. I have said this many times. If you are a subscriber of mine and the only interaction you have with me is through my videos, no, I am not going to pursue anything with you. So that's just a big no. Sorry, I can't help it, but I'm doing these videos for me. I'm not doing these videos in order to find someone to love. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. I'm not looking for a girlfriend, you know? If I see someone that I am interested in, I'm gonna go for it. I don't care what gender they are. So far, I haven't met a girl that I'm interested in. So as of right now, it seems like I'm straight. But if I find a girl that I like, then maybe I'm bisexual. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm not looking for any of that. I'm doing this for me. I'm trying to better myself. Get it through your head. So that is one. No parasocial relationships for me. That's just, no, ma'am. Second, you're gonna have to build from the ground up. So, I don't know the basics of dating, okay? I don't know what you're supposed to do as a girlfriend. I don't know what you're supposed to do as a boyfriend, because I'm so inexperienced. Also, don't you dare come at me with the, oh my God, she's probably a virgin. We're not gonna go into that territory. You can believe whatever you want. I don't care. But none of your business. Get fucked. So the second part is that you're gonna have to tell me what you want me to do, because I don't know what you want me to do, and I'm probably too insecure and too stupid to realize what it is that I have to do as a girlfriend. So if you want me to be your girlfriend, you're gonna have to give me like a little guide, a little pamphlet of what I'm supposed to do and what I'm not supposed to do. You're gonna have to write instructions for me as a girlfriend. Number 3, you're gonna have to constantly reassure me that I'm okay, and that you're not tired of me, and that you still like me, and that I'm doing good, and whatever. I need constant positive reassurance that I'm not doing anything bad, because my baseline opinion of I am a bad person and I don't deserve to be treated well is going to haunt me for the rest of my life, probably. And so if I have a boyfriend or girlfriend, they are gonna have to counteract that by telling me that you're fine, you're okay, you haven't done anything bad, I still like you, I still want to be in a relationship with you, I still whatever. So That's what you're gonna have to do if you want to date me. Number 4, you're gonna have to be confident within yourself. You're gonna have to be well established with your own life. You can't rely on me for doing things for you. You're gonna have to be your own person. You have to have your own income. You have to have your own life. You have to have your own habits. You have to have your own routines. You have to have your own everything. You can't use me as a way to get things for yourself, because you have to get that on your own. I can barely take care of myself. How the fuck am I supposed to take care of you? It just doesn't make any sense. So for the number 4, that is what you're gonna have to remember. You have to be a well-established person already before you start asking me out, because I'm not a well-established person. And 2 badly established people is just a recipe for disaster. And maybe you don't want to date me because I'm not a well-established person, but you know, I'm doing my best, and I understand if it's not good enough for you. And I understand that you might not want to date me because of it. And I'm kind of expecting that, which is why I'm not looking for love. Do I even deserve love? I don't know. But that's a side tangent. And for number 5, I don't know if there is a number 5. The number 4, that you have to have, sorry for jumping back. As I said, number 4, you have to be your own person. You have to have your own routines and whatever. You have to be independent enough to make it on your own. Because I'm trying to be independent. That is my lifelong goal, to be independent. But I have to be able to be independent even if I am in a relationship with someone, because being codependent, I have heard so many bad things about that I don't even dare to even assume that it's a good thing. I refuse to be codependent on someone else. I want to be independent. I want to be my own person. I want to have my own life where I control everything by myself. And if I start dating someone that I become codependent with, that's just gonna completely fall apart. So in order to find someone that I can be with without becoming codependent, that person has to be independent before even getting in a relationship with me. I don't know what number 5 is. Oh yeah. You're gonna have to get used to the fact that I find it very, very, very difficult to say I love you. Love hurts. And I've been hurt far too many times for me to be comfortable saying I love you. And it's very difficult to prove to me that it is okay for me to say I love you. And I can't say I love you if I don't mean it, because that will be a lie. And you know me, I can't stand lying anymore, because I've done so much of it up until I was like 21 that I just can't do it anymore. So if you want to date me, you're gonna have to teach me what love is. You're gonna have to teach me what love without pain is. Because up until now, love has brought along a lot of pain for me. And I'm very scared of love as a result of it. So, yeah. I guess that's it. And for those thinking that I am looking for love, I am not. Let me remind you, this video is kind of meant if someone is like, yo, I want to take you out on a date. This video is meant for me to, like, if someone says, I want to start a relationship with you, I want to have this video available so I can just send it to them. So that if you want to ask me out, this is a few things you're gonna have to know, so I can just send them this video, they can watch it. And if they still want to date after that, then sure, I'll give it a try. But it's just like a warning, essentially, for dating me, because it can get complicated. So if you're asking me out, I will send you this video. If you're watching this and you have asked me out and I have sent you this video, hi. What's up? How you doing? But yeah. I guess that's it for today. If you are someone who is asking me out and have been sent this video to you by me, thank you for asking me out. Thank you for even believing in me. I am gonna try my best, but I can't promise you anything because I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna mess it up somehow. But I hope not. I'll try my best, but you know, I'm worried that it's not gonna work. I hope you can prove me otherwise. Yeah. Thanks for watching.